Happiness is not a matter of good fortune or worldly possessions. It's a mental attitude. It comes from appreciating what we have instead of being miserable about what we don't. It's so simple yet so hard for the human mind to comprehend. Being happy doesn't mean everything in your life is perfect, but you have decided to look beyond the imperfections. Love, Laughter, and Leukemia is a This I Believe essay told by a mother about her young daughter who was diagnosed with cancer. I believe we have one life and one life only. I believe in joy, laughter, and fun. I believe there is so much in life that we cannot control that we should strive to make the best of the things we can. I believe we are here not to forget, but to work to always remember how lucky we really are. January 20th, 1997, Emma was diagnosed with leukemia at the tender age of 3.5. That day, I left my class of 5th graders and never returned to a classroom as a full-time teacher. Playgrounds and swings were replaced with hospital hallways and medical procedures. Playdates and monkey bars were replaced with visiting hours and IV pulls. That day, leukemia moved into our house and refused to leave. You could feel his presence when you walked in the door. He was there, and whatever I tried to do, I couldn't get him out fast enough. And after 4.5 years of living in fear, the unthinkable happened. Emma was 6 months from being declared cured when she relapsed. Any ground we had made was gone, forgotten as new protocols, names for chemotherapies, and the idea of radiation to her head and spine were thrown at me. I would not be able to do this again. This and more. I could not do it. I knew it, but I had no choice. What we do is we have the power to embrace each moment for what it is. In the same way, we must treasure each individual for who they are and not who we want them to be. We must have our eyes open at all times so that we do not miss the beauty of life. I can still see my beautiful bald baby sitting in her oversized hospital bed, wearing her blue and white silk pajama bare pants, smiling over at me and telling me our new favorite show was on. I would laugh and settle in next to her as we watched those chosen ones run through the aisles of a mock grocery store and try to find items faster than their opponents. I had to accept that I myself cannot control the cancer, but I could try to have some control of making it a better journey. To roll with her emotions, to laugh together, cry together, play cards for hours on end, do crafts, read, and anything else you can imagine doing. And eventually, very eventually, we settled onto the couch and pushed leukemia over and made room for ourselves on that couch too. It wasn't easy, but we did it. Happiness is a state of mind. You can be as happy or as unhappy as you want. It all depends on you. But what is happiness? Here are a few things happiness is by Barbara Lynn Terry. Happiness is an ice cream cone with a chocolate coating and lots of sprinkles. Happiness is a child's laughter. Happiness is two people holding hands while walking dreamily in the park. Happiness is the splashing of waves while sitting under the stars on the beach. Happiness is the sounds of a carnival with rides and laughter and games. Happiness is the winning of a teddy bear from the dart game at the fair. Happiness is a smile on a cloudy, dreary day. Happiness is helping someone from deep in your heart. Happiness is dining out at the special place on a very special day. Happiness is a leisurely Sunday drive on a peaceful country road. Happiness is all of this and much, much more. Happiness is in your mind and what you make it. There are so many simple things that you can do in life to make you happier. It doesn't have to be drastic. In fact, it's usually just something simple. In this article, 10 Things Science Says Will Make You Happy by Jen Angel are just a few things to aid happiness. Savor everyday moments. Pause now and then to smell a rose or watch the children play. Study participants show that those who take time to savor ordinary events that normally hurried through, or to think back on pleasant moments from their day, showed significant increases in happiness and reductions in depression. Avoid comparisons. Comparing ourselves with others can be damaging to happiness and self-esteem. Instead of comparing ourselves to others, focusing on our own personal achievement leads to greater satisfaction. Put money low on the list. People who put money high on their priority list are more likely to risk for depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem, according to researchers Tim Kasser and Richard Ryan. Their findings hold true across nations and cultures. The more we seek satisfactions in material goods, the less we find them there, Ryan says. Have meaningful goals. People who strive for something different, whether it's learning a new craft or raising moral children, are far happier than those who don't have strong dreams or aspirations. As humans, we actually require a sense of meaning to thrive. Happiness lies at the intersection between pleasure and meaning. Whether at work or home, the goal is to engage in activities that are both personally significant and enjoyable. And take initiative at work. How happy you are at work depends in part on how much initiative you take. When you express creativity, help others, suggest improvements, or do additional tasks on the job, we make our work more rewarding and feel more in control. Make friends, treasure family. Happier people tend to have good families, friends, and supportive relationships. But it's not enough to be the life of the party if you're surrounded by shallow acquaintances. Smile even if you don't feel like it. It sounds simple, but it works. Happy people see possibilities, opportunities, and success. When they think of the future, they're optimistic, and when they review the past, they tend to savor the high points. Even if you weren't born looking at the glass half full, with practice, a positive outlook can become a habit. Say things like you mean it. People who keep gratitude journals on a weekly basis are healthier, more optimistic, and more likely to make progress toward achieving personal goals. Research revealed that people who write gratitude letters to someone who made a difference in their lives score higher on happiness and lower on depression. Get out and exercise. Exercise may be just as effective as drugs in treating depression without all the side effects and expense. Other research shows that in addition to health benefits, regular exercise offers a sense of accomplishment and opportunity for social interaction, releases good-feeling endorphins, and boosts self-esteem. Give it away now. Make giving a part of your life and be purposeful about it. Helping a neighbor, volunteering, or donating goods and services result in a helper's high and will get you more health benefits than you would from exercising or quitting smoking. Listening to a friend, passing on your skills, celebrating others' successes, and forgiveness also contribute to happiness. Those who spend money on others reported much greater happiness than those who spend it on themselves. So in conclusion, you have a power to control your happiness, and life is what you make it.